What is happening? It is Black Friday. People are waiting in line to get in Walmart to get a cheap TV. And here we are interviewing dealers and talking about the auto industry. Wouldn't you just know it?
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know
Yo, if they're still waiting in line to get a cheap TV,
right? They missed this thing called the internet.
They totally missed the thing.
I mean, stores have still... It's been nice to see. Okay, the madness kind of peaked.
Yeah, but it's like midday Black Friday style.
Yeah, well,
right?
I mean, like there's been Black Friday going on for like a week now.
Yeah, that's
but
some of this Friday started 2 months ago. Amazon Prime was like,
just keep
Friday
pushing it
early
now, right? And all the clothing stores, like all of the online retailers that I'm on their email list, I've been getting 30% off for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
now.
You know what's my favorite thing about Black Friday week? Is I know exactly who I want to unsubscribe.
Oh, yes.
You just go down the list. You're like, yeah, I don't really want that every day. I don't want that every day. It's just like, it's right there for the picking. It is.
Yeah. And yeah, they're actually, I realized how many Black Friday things I signed up for last year when it was like subscriptions,
yes,
right? 50% off, 70% off an annual plan. And now I have to pay full price. And some of them, like I've gotten used to, like my home mesh network, Eero. Yeah. Like I was like, yeah, I'll get Eero Pro, and now I really like the features, like
you like use
parental controls,
like,
and they got me. They got me. And if I would have thought about it, I would have unsubscribed last week, and they probably will give you, it's a whole game. Hey, so I know a lot of people are on the floor. The floor is busy in some places. What was your favorite Black Friday thing you've ever heard a dealership do? Can you think of one?
I mean, I've heard multiple dealers. Actually, there's a dealer that I saw a social post that's real that is doing a $99 sale, right?
Oh, right. I saw
where like you got the first, if you're the first person there or whatever, they do a little auction on the $99 car. It's a little older car and that type of thing, but drives a whole bunch of energy.
Probably a full tank of gas. That's $99 right there.
Yeah, exactly. So so there's stuff like that. I mean, our good friend Patrick Abad, he legitimately does not run sales the rest of the year and then just goes full throttle into
Black Friday is the
Black Friday sale. So I
like
that's
that
happening, and then I think the other fun thing is I've seen interesting giveaways. Like everybody likes to give away a TV.
Yeah.
But then I've seen some okay tech and accessories giveaways, alongside of especially Subaru and Mazda dealerships are pretty good at that type of stuff. So,
okay. Okay. I like that. We're having our first ever Black Friday thing. It's kind of been a Black Friday today, yesterday, the day before, and this weekend, but we're having a buy one, get one sale on the Asotu merch shop. So you go to shop.asotu.com and get buy one, get one on any t-shirt, any hat. We just added some mint colored t-shirts to the roster just yesterday. So those are on there. So, hey, go check it out. You want a little Black Friday, something special for that, someone you work with, that's the place to get it. All right. We have, today's a special, a little special thing. We have a little fun little retail news piece, and then we're going to share with you a video that we'll set up in a minute. But first, let's talk about, speaking of retail,
Speaking of retail,
Black Friday. Okay. Let's do it.
Segue.
This one holds a place in my heart. I have a very fond affinity for one of these brands, but Gap Inc. The brand. Stock price is up over 30% this week as the new CEO, Richard Dickson, announces a bold strategy to revitalize the company's 4 brands. And that's Old Navy, Gap, Banana Republic, and is it Athleta?
Yeah, Athleta.
I didn't know that was a Gap Inc. brand. Emphasizing, we need to emphasize a clear brand perspective and innovative marketing. Something about a clear brand perspective. So Old Navy, right? It's fun and it's value. He's got a vision for that. Gap, which is the one I grew up in the mall. Gap was the store in the mall.
Absolutely.
When I was growing up, I was that was the store I couldn't afford. By the way, I remember I was literally when I was a kid, I was rich people shopped at the Gap. Literally, I was out at Kmart. Remember Kmart?
Yeah,
Gap still around.
I know exactly what Kmart is.
Basically, he says the Gap needs to re-engage in cultural conversations. Gap was a cultural icon, and they just got so vanilla that it didn't matter to anybody.
Well, it's kind of become the
what? You don't even have a word for
baby
it.
boomers top shopping list.
I guess.
Like,
where's the
don't
Gap
really know.
in your area? We don't even have one in Syracuse anymore. It's gone.
Mall here.
There were like 4 of them here, and they're all gone.
Nah.
You get with the outlet mall. And
they
then,
got some rework to do. If we're feeling that way, we're paying attention to retail. They got some.
They do. But here's the key element. He's got a vision for Banana Republic, Athleta. But Dickson says this. He says, we're telling too many stories. We need to edit ourselves and tell a more clear and precise story that stays consistent and has a relentless, repetitive narrative. Ooh. I was like, standing ovation. Ooh. Standing ovation.
This man's got a strong, like GPT didn't write that. You
no
know what I
doubt
mean?
The stock's up 30%.
Strong, a relentless, repetitive narrative. Like, I think that every brand can learn from that. I tell you what, brands that have a relentless, repetitive narrative, Nike. Like, you think of Nike, it is relentless and repetitive the way that they go to market, and it shows in the way that people perceive their brand or attach. You know what I think? When there is a relentless, repetitive narrative to your brand story, people come closer, right?
Well,
because
Kyle,
they know what they're coming close to.
If you're watching the video, you can see Kyle's shirt today has a bit of a relentless, repetitive narrative on it. It says, love people more than you love cars. And yeah, I get it. We vibe with him. It's not the fastest way to do it, but it's definitely the deepest way to do it. It's not a flash in the pan. It's not a fad. It's not a pop culture moment. It's actually, we'll call it a movement. So Gap was a movement, relentless, repetitive narrative. We'll see if we get back. Maybe they can get Kanye again. I don't think they're going to get
I don't think they want to get Kanye.
I don't think they
I don't think they want to do that. I think that's water under the bridge there.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, we have a very special interview for you today. Kyle and I were at the NAMAD convention several weeks ago, and we caught up with a lovely couple, married couple, dealers, and we had never heard of them. We had never met them before, and they shared some of their story with us, and we were just, again, looked at each other and we're like, these stories are everywhere.
They're everywhere. Yeah. So
tell the story about the
audio
stores,
isn't
Kyle.
that hot, but you're going to want to check it out. You're going to want to get to know Michael and Jennifer. They have a really cool story, some cool stuff that they're doing at their stores. So
bought a dealership during the pandemic.
Right.
They have a really awesome perspective on how they encourage their team to be involved, not just give, but to actually learn something about the charity, contribute. It's an unbelievable story about culture, entrepreneurship, family, business life. And, we thought we'd share. It's a good day to share this little interview with you. So here you go. Further ado, here they are. All right, I'm here with some new friends, Michael and Jennifer Lee. I remember the last name. I can even spell it.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're here at the NAMAD conference, and we just kind of met in the hallway, and you told some amazing stories, so I just wanted to share them with the community. Michael, maybe you could just tell us about your dealer journey and the short story, and where you are, market, and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I follow you guys since last NAMAD meeting. It was super cool listening to your podcast and love people more than cars. It's really inspiring. And one of the things I wanted to share is, we decided, if you think about it, right? Car dealership pack cars all the time, for extra profit, this and that. So we decided, you know what, let's talk to our sales guys and say, hey, look, what if we pack every car $50? Their commission's affected by their percentage over the $50 and say, hey, we're going to donate this to a charity of your choice, right? And we had a conversation with our team and they said, yeah, I'm in, right? So they're contributing their portion of it. So we pack every car $50. We set up $50 every car that we sell. And then I was like, okay, well, how do we select this? Like, it's not going to be pin on tail on a donkey, right? We want to be involved in the community. It's not just about the money. It's about involving the community. And for Salesman of the Month, for me, we don't reward them, if you will, right? We want them to be involved in community. So my wife's like, well, why don't you have the Salesman of the Month pick it out? So we did it. We did Salesman of the Month gets to pick it out. But in order for them to choose a charity, they have to go out there and talk to the executive, get a tour, learn about what they're sponsoring, and then we write the check and we help the community. But yeah, started as a salesperson and worked my way up to be a dealer principal. We're in Morgantown, West Virginia, Freedom Kia. It's been an exciting ride and recently acquired with the help of my beautiful wife, taking care of the family.
Well, it sounds like she has all the good ideas too.
No question. This partnership doesn't work, and what we're able to accomplish does not work without her. I promise you that.
Okay, so what is it like being the support group for a dealer every night when he comes home?
That's if he comes home.
Right. Yeah.
You did say dealer, right?
Yeah,
He's got stuff to do.
He does have stuff to do. It's a tough gig, but it's definitely well worth it, especially when you see the love and the enthusiasm when he comes home and he's got all these great ideas. It's hard to say no to, and he loves what he does. So how can you not support that?
So were you all in the auto industry or even looking at the auto industry at all when you met, got married, and all that stuff?
I was not in the auto industry. I got a job as a salesman while we were still dating.
Yeah.
And so she's been with me for 23 years.
Despite the fact that you came back around and be like, okay, so I just got a great job as a car salesman. To which she said, I'm going to have to tell my parents this.
Yeah. Well, she at one point she did say to me, she's like, if I knew that you're going to work this kind of hours, I would have married a surgeon.
It's true, because he works just as hard. And, when he comes home and it's the middle of the pandemic and I've got two teenagers at home and I'm trying to teach German and algebra, and he comes home and goes, I want to buy a car dealership.
Yeah. So
wait, so you said you wanted to buy one during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was dead in the middle of the pandemic. Everybody was slowing down. We didn't know if we're going to be able to make if we're going to sell cars or what's going on. I was like, I think it's going to work. Let's go buy a car dealership.
And I'm like, I'm trying to teach German.
And she was like, 9, right? let me say this in German.
Yeah. No.
And so, but so you bought the store, and are you glad you bought the store?
Oh, I'm thrilled. I mean, he is a visionary person, and so he saw the vision and he saw the what it could be. I'm more of a here and now.
Yeah.
And let's squash these problems first. But I'm glad.
That's why it works.
That's why it works, and he took the leap, and of course I was okay. Let's do this.
Well, you know what? I happen to know a lot of car dealers that make more than surgeons. So I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. Good luck to a surgeon trying to sell his business one day. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. But besides my wife, my team has been absolutely amazing, right? Like I said, we had a conversation with my sales team before we implemented it. Say, look, we know it's going to impact your pay, and not a single one said, well, I don't want to contribute my share. Everyone said, that's a great idea. Let's do it. And they're willing to chip in on their own. So it's like savings for a charity and not having to save, right? So it starts with the team. It starts with everybody that's involved. And that's why Love People More Than Cars Than You Love Cars is awesome, because it's about the community. It's about the people. Those are the ones that help you build your business. And at the end of the day, they're the ones that support your business. And the business is just a vehicle. The rest of it comes from people, right? And so that's what we're working on.
Well, it says something about culture and leadership that's the reality in your stores. Michael, Jennifer, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes.
Absolutely. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
I love those two. They are great.
That's such a good one.
I forgot half of the things we talk, because we do a lot of interviews.
Right.
And I remembered a little bit, but watching that again, I'm like, man, the $50 pack per car. He goes, dealers pack cars for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, why wouldn't we pack it? Use it as an opportunity to get our team involved, right? Just build a little bit of buy-in. No doubt. I mean, it's obvious we're going to visit their store someday.
If the culture wasn't already good enough, that will radically shift culture.
I just thought of something. They're probably going to be at NADA along with pretty much everyone we've ever interviewed. I wonder if we just shot out a little thing like, hey, everybody we've ever interviewed, we're going to do a little meetup at we can't rent a place and do a thing, but hey, we're going to meet up by the whatever spot in the convention center. This is a great idea. Jordan's producing the show today because Nathan's on vacation and Jordan's down there. He's like, this is exactly why I took this.
This is why I'm here. This is what it's here for. I love it. Look, we let you in to exactly what we're doing. We're glad that you let us in today on Black Friday. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. Hope you sell a bunch of cars, serve a lot of customers.
Do it.
Go.